Oh, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio, this lockdown special. Join myself, Foxter, on the panel tonight, or the show tonight, is my mate Bridgeman. Evening, Bridge.
Oh, good evening, Oxshire. Good evening. Oh, good evening. I'm sorry I'm a wee bit late tonight. Unbelievable stuff happening today. But I'm very happy. Can I say good evening to you two? Good evening to the guys in the lobby and to other Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Just for the record, there's 4 of us doing the show and 3 of us were in time and 1 will be getting quartered.
Oh dear. Oh, you're a shocker. You and that Foxer. The toughest gaffers in the whole world.
Poachers turned gamekeepers, mate. Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. The gift that keeps on giving just keeps on giving, doesn't it?
So what's happened? Bring me up to date.
No, not a lot today, but just the atmosphere and the stories are picking up, and obviously rumoured that they thought that Ben Davis potentially I may add, it's rumoured on Sky Sports he's now going to Liverpool. So
it just gets better and better. It does. You know the thing, you're right about it. The thing that bothers me, because I ain't too bothered at all, but what amazes me is that he's still there. They haven't introduced anybody new. They haven't said, by the way, that result will be at Saturday. There's nothing short of disgraceful. You need to go. Which look at the Kilmarnock.
Ian at phoned in Radio Clyde. I'm off for supporting guys with mental health. If you want to phone in here, we'll have a conversation where you put your mind at rest. Yeah,
oh dear.
You've got a short memory for December, mate. Yeah.
Oh, really and truly. I mean, look at that boy for Kilmarnock. A bad defeat at home and he's away. That's Celtic's second defeat in a very short space of time at home. In fact, a third at home. Oh my God! And he's still there. They haven't made any.
No, they've only lost 3 games all season, mate.
No, they lost. Remember, they lost to Livingston in the League Cup.
You mean
in the League Cup?
Ross County.
Sorry, Ross County.
You want a number of defeats, mate? You go to Europe.
Oh no! I'm just saying it's in a very short space of time, and he's still there. They don't know what they're doing.
Continue.
Anyway, long may it last.
Anyway, it's your show. It's a lockdown special. We're still in a good mood. We'll be building up to tomorrow night's show, back to normal. But it's open all mics. How's that sound to you, Bridge?
Open all mics. Yes, very BBC.
We'll change that one. We'll change it. open to all callers. Yeah. What's the number, mate?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. You'll be brought in the call with Fox and Old School Blue. If you phone in, hang up, we will phone you back. Simple as that, yeah? Hi, I'm just enjoying this. I don't know if I want it to end or I want us to get it out of the line, mate. I don't know what I want.
You know, Oxford, I'm not being funny, and Foxy, I was actually looking through the WhatsApp message board for us, and somebody posted a message saying the BBC building has been evacuated. There's a major fire. Right, and I, by the way, my heart nearly burst. Seriously. And I
hope you've got a good alibi.
I thought it was wonderful. I thought I was in heaven. All the things that could go wrong with them, and all of a sudden the BBC gave it a stick. Apparently, was a kettle or something like that.
I'll tell you what it wasn't, mate.
Microwave, sorry.
I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't a bright spark in that building, was it?
Well, there you go. That'll cost a few quid.
I know. But aye, come and join us. Give your thoughts on the season so far, and when you're going to predict. Bridge will take a note. When you predict we're going to win the week, maybe be interesting. Because then you're then predicting how many points they're going to take.
Well, you know, that could change quite dramatically. You could say something today or tomorrow or whatever, and you know, by the midweek it could be completely different again. You know,
yeah.
It's just amazing. I think we're going to have to win up to now. Anyway, I believe if we win 8 games out of the 12, was a definite. We've got it. Could be.
We don't even need to. We only need one. They get them if the maximum points they can get if they win every game, and that's beating us twice and winning every game, which is highly unlikely at the moment, isn't it? So the maximum points they can get at the moment is 91, mate. Yeah. So we need 19 more points to beat that, which is 6 wins and a draw. We would equal that with obviously our goal difference, and that's gone to extremes, mate. Yeah?
Okay, it's seven. It's 7
7 wins, and that's no goal difference involved. Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's it. We think we're clear there. It's there in front of us. It's there in front of us, and the first step is that during the week we're at home. Do the business. Come on, Rangers.
Strange not having a game at the weekend, Bridge.
Yes, it was. Was it no? Who was it? We were supposed to be playing. Who was it? Cove Rangers. It was Cove Rangers in the cup, wasn't it?
It was meant to be the cup tie.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they've done with the lower leagues. I understand it concerning the guys have got second jobs and all that, but I mean, I don't know if the football players are allowed to go shopping at the supermarket or if they just got to go home and stay in a bubble. I don't know, mate. I really don't. But I don't know. Anyway, things seem to be looking up in that direction, didn't they? With a number of people getting the jag, plus everything seems to be going slowly in the right direction, Bridgeman. Eh?
Yes, indeed it is, and let's hope it continues in that direction, and the sun shines on us. I
done my bit. I wrote to the Prime Minister and all the local MPs and everything just to say, look, I've got an idea for saving money. Take the pensioner tickets after them. Charge them full fare. That's me. That's what I'm saying. That's get some money into the coffers for the country, Except for the veterans, of course. If you're fought in any campaigns, fought for your country, etc. So Fox will be all right, but you may have to pay full fare, Bridge.
Oh boy, what a man! Oh dear. I'm absolutely raging that. See, next year, I'll no get. I've been looking forward to that pensioner charge for the BBC being taken away.
I've got a theory on that, mate. I think they should get charged double at 75 because they're watching more telly.
Oh dear, man. Come on.
Anyway, once again, I'm only joking. We've been joined by Gary. Evening, Gary.
Are we doing all right, off, mate?
We can't hear you, Gary. You're very quiet.
No. I'm here now. Can you hear me now?
That's better, pal. How you doing, Gary?
I'm good. Not bad.
Excellent.
What's on your mind,
good
guys?
Game last night, wasn't it? I was just proud of the buddies last night.
You mean? Yeah. Couldn't make it up, could you?
Well, I said it. I said it a couple of months back. I've been saying it for a long time now. I've got screen prints. My mate on Facebook is a Celtic fan, but he's what I would call a non-sectarian bigot, as in he's not into the sectarianism, but he cannot see past anything other than Celtic, and Rangers are the worst ever and all that, right? And I have a bit of banter with him, and I've been playing the long game with him. So I've known him about 10 years. So I got to know him just before.
Was that what happened to game?
No, but just like, I've been taking these crap since the whole debacle, since 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to take it. They've been so easy for me just to go, this is too much. I'm just getting you off my Facebook. But I went, no, I'm going to keep you around. And I've played the long game with him, and I've just taken these crap for years, mate. And people have gone, why do you keep him on your Facebook? I went, because the tide will turn eventually. So, and if you go on Facebook and you click on somebody's profile, you can actually click on the 3 wee dots next to their name, and you can actually search their profile. So I just search his profile for wee snippets, like 10 in a row, and take wee screen prints and just kind of post it back. I just take the mickey up. Nobody else. I've got plenty of other Celtic fans on my Facebook who are obviously friends and work colleagues and family.
Sure the right show?
No, I'm just saying that I it's payback time, and he's my target, and I'm enjoying it because it's time to put your feet up, guys, and spark the cigar, because
Aye. That's what yesterday done to me. I mean, I accept your point, mate. It's been maybe done for a while and it's been good in that bit. I was just apprehensive, no quite counting my chickens. And I think Bridge is very much in the same camp as me, aren't you, Bridge?
Aye, absolutely, very much.
Aye. But yesterday, that was it, mate. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. It's done. It's over. You know.
Well, the way he came out as well in his post-match interview, if there was
comedy gold.
Aye, but it's just the way that you talk about throwing players under the bus. They're all pointing at each other in that dressing room, well, I don't think. I think they're going to fall even further. That's my point. I don't think we've seen anything yet.
Right. I hope you're right.
I don't think we've seen anything
Aberdeen
yet.
must be kicking herself, Gary. Anyway, I'll cut across you.
You keep dropping points, mate. It winds me up.
You hang on there. We've been joined by Dave. How are we doing, Dave?
I'm good. Doesn't get much better than now.
Oh, mate, if I would ask you to write this script for the last, 3-4 months, football-wise, I don't know if you could make it up, could you?
You couldn't do it now. The main reason I was calling in was we're on about how many games in that.
Uh-huh.
With my reckoning, I think we've 6 games. And we could win it on Saturday, 6th of March at home to St Mirren. If they win all their games and we win all their games. And the following week, we go to Parkhead, or a fortnight after it, go to Parkhead as champions.
Nah, that's not the counting I've done, but I'll just check.
Because the way I've worked out...
I've got us winning at Dundee United. At the moment, the weekend after.
They've got 14 games left. The maximum points they can get is 91, yeah?
Uh-huh.
That's if they win every game, which is highly unlikely. Yeah? And then so for us to get 91 points, we'd need to win 6 games and then draw there. And obviously, if we draw there, they can't get 91 points. Yeah?
Well, see, the way... They're 23 points of a difference.
Uh-huh.
And you take 2 games, if they could win that, that takes it down to 17 points.
Correct.
So 6 3s is 18.
But there would still be 6 games left. Yeah, there would still be. Yeah, we'd still have 6 games left. But you're only one game out. Don't get too caught up in arithmetic, Davey. Obviously, what was it, St Aloysius you went to?
Behave yourself.
St Aloysius, I love it.
Just enjoy it, Davey. Just enjoy it, mate. You must be enjoying
I'm enjoying it. And it's been a long time coming.
What have you enjoyed the most about it? Have you enjoyed their implosion or the Rangers playing so well?
Both. I bet both, but the big thing is the way we're playing,
Aye.
And when we're on our game, we're on our game. I keep saying, I've said it before on the radio, it depends what team turns up. In the last couple of weeks, we were going through the motions here. And I tell you, for me, they were playing walking football. But see, when we're on our game and we want to play and we press, we're far superior to anyone in Scotland.
Gary, on you go, Davey.
And it's just brilliant. And the other thing, as you say, their implosion, that's brilliant as well, because it's been a long time coming as well. Because the way they've treated us over the years, and I think the fully Scottish football is corrupt to the core. And it really is. And I just can't handle it. I really can't either, because personally, I don't think Rangers Football Club themselves are doing enough to back us up. They should be fighting harder. And the other night there, we were on about Nacho, no Nacho. Morelos.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should fight that, our corner 100% all the way. And is guilty to a certain extent, but you've got to take lots of things into consideration here. I can't 2 wrongs didn't make a right regarding what McGregor done. So you've got to go in with that as well. You really have. Now things have been happening to us, and I don't think your directors not have been hard enough. They should be hammering the SFA.
Mate, can I tell you, mate? Can I tell you?
Yeah.
I don't want to say I know this person or that, or we get snippets for the club, because that ain't true. But we have had some information that the battles that the club have been fighting, mate, it's never ending. Because you don't hear about it doesn't mean that they're putting out fires and fighting with the press. It's a constant battle, mate, because of the missed stories, the misinformation about Rangers. That with the agenda some of the media have got, our club are fighting a lot of fires, mate. You just don't hear about it. And they go about their business smartly. And if you noticed, just 10 days ago, there was a picture about with Steven Gerrard and our captain that was pretty derogatory. Within a day, it was done within hours, and there was an apology the next day. So they're taking up the cudgel more often than people realise, mate. Aye. No perfect, I accept that. You'll never get it perfect, but they take up the cudgel.
Well, it's not going to be perfect, I understand that. But I would like to see a wee bit more, because now I didn't even buy a newspaper because they're all that corrupt, and it's all just one way. And I ken it's wrong for me to do that. My wife's, and I just feel that strongly. And the way we get treated.
I don't think you're alone. I don't think you're alone with the thoughts. I'll go to Gary, then I'll bring in the Bridgeman. Gary.
Okay.
It's hard, Bennett, because this 21st century, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, media world that we live in, we want to know absolutely everything that goes on, and you know, speculation and rumours rife. And I get what your man's saying about, you know, he wants Rangers to fight their corner more, and I get that, and I feel that as well, and it's a wee bit frustrating. But I think, you know, when you're in order to maintain the moral high ground, sometimes you have to learn to be a wee bit more, play your cards close to your chest, keep your powder dry, pick your moments. I think at the end of the day, if you like talk about the weekend, right, and the McGregor situation, it's so easy for us to look at that in hindsight and say, but McGregor done it, right? And in the bare face of it, let's be honest, you know, McGregor's probably does need looked at. That doesn't excuse what Morelos did. For me, it was a stamp.
You've also,
and he was very silly.
We're also privy to the referee's report, are we?
That's it. So, you know, the way I understand it, it works is the compliance officer. There isn't a compliance officer at the moment, which is an absolute laughing stock for Scottish football to have that position void at the moment. And you know, whoever's filling that position obviously hasn't qualified to date and hasn't passed the they're not fit for the position because they don't hold it. So they've obviously brought that to the attention of a board, which I am led to believe is 3 ex-referees who have refereed in Scottish football at the highest positions, but they're kept anonymous. They then have a look at the footage that's brought to their attention, and if they're unanimous that it was a red card offence, then that's carried forward. And as I'm led to believe, the Morelos one was unanimous. And, you know, I'm not going to defend what McGregor did, but there was no pause before the foot came down. The foot did still come down on him before played the game, and you can kind of split your legs and stuff like that and try and miss the guy, and he's caught Kamara. But there was no breaking his movement, whereas Morelos, his foot came up and it was in slow motion. You can kind of see it's like 2 movements. His foot's come up and you can see him kind of thinking about it because he's got that in him. That South American nastiness.
There's a big difference between Morelos and McGregor. McGregor had threw Morelos off the park. Morelos was going for the ball. Right, Bridgeman, you come, Bridge.
I think it's quite tough for everybody to take in. I think I'm sure I saw the sports scene highlights of our game with the stamps, or the alleged stamps.
Can we come away from the Morelos thing? And
no, I'm just going to say.
Go back on the media.
They didn't. They only. Yeah, as I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the media. The media, as far as I know, only showed the Morelos incident. They didn't show the McGregor incident until after the game's over. Now, and that tells me that the BBC are the people that do the reporting. They put the names forward, or the incidents forward for the compliance officer to look at. That's as far as I'm concerned. And they didn't put McGregor's name.
All right. We've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing, guys?
All right. What's your name, mate?
It's Graham.
How are we doing, Graham? First time caller.
First time caller. I was thinking a couple of points I was going to want your thoughts on, guys.
Aye, go on.
I mean, I've been a follower for Rangers. I mean, my first game to watch the Bears was the night they opened up the Copeland stand, and I mean, got up my uncle and stuff like that, and I've followed them ever since. And
1979 against Celtic, two each draw.
No, well, they played a wee match as well. I think the team was called Lawlestrom. I was just a wee boy at the time. My Uncle George took me up. Peter McCloy was in the team and the rest of it. So it was back in the days and stuff like that. So I remember him coming to pick me and my brother up. My brother was wearing a Celtic tap at the time, and he was like, "Well, you're not going." So
is that your ex-brother?
No, he's actually a Rangers fan. We got him in and stuff like that. I think he'd got it as a gift. But I was just wanting to kind of let's give you your thoughts on a couple of things. I think Rangers have surpassed Celtic in every single area over the past 3 years. And even when we weren't putting a product in the park, there were strategies getting put in place in the background, which is actually, has came to be on the park now. The whole thing to the finances. I mean, I got a wee post on earlier on about Dave King. Everybody laughed at Dave King when he said that Celtic would implode like a house of cards because there was nothing holding them up. And all the stuff was getting put in the back line and stuff like that at the start. The club strategy to bring in the kind of one club strategy. Incorporating the youth, and now they've got the lasses involved and all the rest, and everybody feels part of the big family. All the areas with regards to like finance and the recruitment as well. The recruitment for Rangers in the past 2 years has been nothing short of outstanding. The team, the backline team, I stay in the wee village right beside where Michael Beale stays, and you see him sometimes, and I kind of always want to kind of go up to him and just say, "Listen, you're running that engine room. We'll have Stevie G up there, but you're kind of running the stuff at the back." So they seem to be kind of like, not just on the park, but every department at Rangers just now seems to be so much better than Celtic's. What's your thoughts on that, guys?
There's one guy, he's sitting there. I know he's sitting. He wasn't planning to come into the show, but he's been seeing this for a while. So I'm going to bring Fox in, and he's got some real strong views on this. Fox, I know we bring you in usually on a Sunday night, mate, but you've got some strong views on this about where we are as a club compared to them, mate.
I agree totally with Graham. I think we've got a better ground, a better training centre, better staff, better board and management, better fans. We're better than them in everything, Graham. And that's all came about since Stevie G came into the club. They have tried to copy us in different things, like building the players' lounge inside Ibrox to save them going outside for meals. We set that up. They've tried to copy that. They have nowhere near the facilities we've got at Rangers.
Yeah, but see the thing is, I mean the thing that kind of really impressed me over the past, and I'm talking about like even when Graham Murray got that wee spell at the team, there started to be a vision there, and it's the vision, even like the stuff with regards to everybody's rattling on about what Celtic and Adidas things. We got Castor, so see the Castor range and stuff like that. We had a wee bit of tricks at the start, a wee bit of problems at the start and stuff like that. But see the two lads running that. They're absolutely visionary geniuses, and they've got a real product there that kind of like. I mean, I remember going back to the times where like we got ourselves wrapped up in Admiral and stuff like that, and it was an absolute joke. But see the stuff that they're producing, it's of total quality, and the quality is shown right through the whole organisation, not just the product in the park, but everywhere. I mean, even like Clyde Tilsley coming up to do the Rangers TV, the time when Rangers TV had all the three managers together and stuff like that. I mean, it's just a joy to be part of it just now.
Here, mate. Here. Davey, we've done the building blocks. It's maybe took a while to get us on the park, but the boys have been putting the foundations in, haven't they?
Definitely. And see the thing with regards to what's going on in the other half of the city and stuff like that. To be quite honest, that's for them to sort it. I think the whole thing is a bit. They gave their whatever they call that the Green Brigade far too much power, because see, if I was a Celtic player and I was getting these sort of toilets abuse and stuff like that, my heart wouldn't have been either. So, but anyway, we'll let them deal with that. That's their issue.
Do you know I've never even considered that their riots was the straw broke the camel's back for.
Honestly, I think well, our fans didn't behave like that after New Year, and to be quite honest, I mean, I'll put my hand up and I will say that I think that after the Dubai break last year for Rangers, we were kind of bottle crashed a wee bit, and that was just showing a bit of inexperience. But this is where like people like Michael Bale and stuff like and teach them how to learn and how to get through these things, because it's a learning curve. Because Rangers should like come all the way through the different championships.
Can I just one of the three callers has got the show on in the background. Can you turn it off? We're getting it coming back through. Yeah, you might have it turned down, but turn it off. It keeps coming through. Carry on, mate. Carry on.
So the thing with Celtic this year is when they kind of started to kind of capitulating games and stuff like that, they knew where to go. They knew where to go and stuff like that. But we went through that experience last year and stuff like that. And now we've got a team full of champions and people who actually see themselves as champions and stuff like that. And they've got a team where they're just not used to contention at all. And now we've surpassed them in contending. We're going to wipe the floor with them this year.
Here, mate. And long, mate. Continue. And you come,
cracking on that.
On you go, mate.
Here's my take on what Celtic's achievements and kind of speech marks over the last 4 years, right? You can't take away what Celtic have achieved in the last 4 years. Winning 12 trophies in any league, any situation, any club is quite an achievement. However, when you go back to us coming back up into the Premier League, the Premiership, Celtic panicked, especially after we put them out in that semi-final. I think personally that semi-final win might have been one of the worst things that could happen to Scottish football and us as a club, because it propelled Celtic to go and do something, and they were quite dynamic going to get Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers was a phenomenal football coach. He came in and breathed a new breath of life into that football club. But he is a mercenary. He's proved that now for leaving them. However, see, football, right? It's built on two things mostly. There's a lot of other things going, but it's built on confidence, right, as an individual and as a squad, and it's built on fear. If you can project fear into the opposition and you can have confidence in what you think you can do, you can achieve a lot. That's basically the mantra that's Alex Ferguson built on doing in Manchester United. He breathed confidence into his players and they believed in each other and what they could achieve, and teams feared them coming to their ground and they feared going to Old Trafford. And that's what Celtic had behind them. Other clubs and other teams feared them, and even had that with us. See, when we came back up and we played against them, our squad were feared of playing them because they were getting beat 4-0 and 5-1. Right, see when that's all you've got, really, because there is an ability ceiling in Scottish football. There's no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not that good. You're not that.
The money they were paying for the success they were getting, did they get value for money?
But see, when they stepped into the Champions League net, right? You've seen how good they were. Their invincible season, they got scalped 7-1 off Barcelona. Do you know what I mean? And that was playing their style of football. It wasn't altering. Brendan Rodgers never went into games and changed the way he played or sat back. It was just they went out and tried to play football against these teams and they got scalped. But see, once you took away the fear, so teams, they could smell blood. See when Ross County went to Celtic Park that night, right, and beat them 2-0. It's because you could smell blood, mate. Ross County had it like real no fear. Aye. You take away that fear, right, and the players start losing confidence in each other. See when all that goes, when them two things go, and you look around and you go, actually, what else have we got? And that's where Rangers come in, because we're getting that confidence now. And you know what? Teams are starting to fear us. But you know the difference is as well? We can actually play.
Yeah. Graham, you back with us, mate?
Yeah, well, sorry, I kind of flicked off. I actually don't know what happened. Kind of over 50. I do have technical problems in life.
Well, what we can do for you, we can put you on a course with Bridgeman. He takes novices for a week's internet training, can you, Bridge?
Is that right?
I used to think
that technophobia was just some big fancy word that somebody had made up and I discovered I actually had it.
It's like COVID.
Yeah, I know.
Right, carry on, mate. Floor's yours.
No, I think I kind of covered most of the stuff that I was listening to a wee call the other day on my favourite programme just now is definitely the Radio Clyde phone in. For the entertainment, it's the greatest entertainment in the world for anybody who's a bear. But
thanks very much, mate.
Oh no, sorry. I meant apart from this. I was talking about the radio waves. I was listening to some of the Celtic fans, and they were talking about how Rangers are breaking the bank in every way to kind of let fulfil their desires and their intentions and stuff like that. And it's interesting that the jealousy that's coming out for a lot of these fans and stuff like that. Because, see, to be quite honest, so many of them are just acting like petulant wee wains. I mean, I think the caller was on just before us was speaking about the achievements of Celtic has had, and you can't take that. You can't take that away over the past couple of years.
It's in the record.
It is, and it's been painful. It's been painful being a Rangers fan over that period and stuff like that. But the difference is this, and I think it's really important for every bearer to remember this. See, when we went in administration, when we went doing the league and stuff like that. See if you look at the amount of season tickets what are sold to support the club all the way right through. See if you look at some of the players who are on good money and stuff like that. I know that quite a few players left and stuff like that, but there's a lot of players that stuck with the club all the way right through and stuff like that. Alan McCoy's, a fantastic servant all the way right through, and he guided us through the leagues and stuff like that. All that journey has just made this ever so sweeter for everybody.
I think what I'll give my opinion, and I'll go to Bridgeman. What you've said there. I think people used to maybe accuse Rangers supporters, he's there, he's want to go to cups and win league titles and he's all celebrate. I think we've shown as a support, it's about the club and it's about being part of the Rangers family rather than just success, because we've stuck through some lean times and shown that we're loyal. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I think everything you said there is absolutely spot on. We've proven over this probably the last decade just what a support we are and what a good support we've got. And at the present moment, we've got probably the best manager that this league's seen in a long, long time. And I look back to when Steven Gerrard came in May 2018. Within 9 months of Steven Gerrard coming and joining the Rangers, that man Rodgers was gone. We beat him in an early game and he left. Never played again. They only played him twice. He beat us at Parkhead. And we beat him then, and that was it. He couldn't cope with it. Gone. And again, the guy was talking about the semi-final. Excuse me, at Hampden, and we beat them in penalties. That we were championship team against them, and they lost their manager there as well. The manager left, and it was marvellous to sit there in the Rangers end singing, "You're getting sacked in the morning," because that's what happened to him. Unbelievable. That's the kind of shit that we had to put up with, as you know. And that's what the thing you boys did. Sorry, Pap, sorry. So as far as I'm concerned, all the words that has been said here now, they're all in my heart. I'll tell you, they're on my heart. I'm in there.
We've been joined by Tommy. Evening, Tommy.
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys.
How we doing, mate?
Very good, Ox. Very good. I was just liking the conversation which was going on about there with Alfie and that tackle. As you know, I refereed Hawks, and it is good now that there's no compliance officer, but it's 3 referees that are doing the thingies, and that's the problem. As Kevin Clancy's claimed he's not seen it, so they've taken the action, unfortunately. And that's what happens if he's not seen it. They take the retrospective action, and that's what they've done. The problem is they don't.
If he's not seen it, mate, he was about 4 yards away, Tommy, wasn't he?
Okay. Listen, I agree with you. it's a poor decision if he claims he's not seen it. But the Darren McGregor one, as you can see, Ox, he sees it and he's yellow carded him. So I don't know if your Fox will be able to know, and the Bridgeman, I don't think once he's been booked, I don't think you can do anything retrospectively after the referee done them.
Alfie get booked at Tannadice, and then he was getting a too much ban, wasn't he?
But yeah, true, Ox, you're right.
You would need to see the referee's report, mate. The devil's in the detail, mate, as you well know. What you put in that wee black book of yours?
I don't put anything in that wee black book, Ox. I just take the guy's name and in the day of the report when you get him.
Do you use your iPhone?
I wish you could.
All right, we've been joined by Southside. Evening, Southside.
Evening, Ox. How's it going, guys? All right?
All right, look at you.
Aye, mate, great. It's been a brilliant weekend, hasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Comedy gold.
Any truth in that rumour?
No, I know of at the moment.
Right, okay. Floor's all yours, Southside.
No, mate, I just think we need to bring some of the deliveries forward now for the celebrations with Alexia. I thought we'd be into April, but looks like we could be finishing it in March. So
February, mate. February.
You never know. That would be. But no, it's absolutely brilliant, mate. What a weekend it's been so far. Brilliant. Looking forward to the game on Wednesday now.
Here. We'll start building up that tomorrow night. Gary, in you come, mate? Want to come back in?
Aye. No, I'm going to change my point. I said, Jones has gone to Sunderland and Edmondson is still hanging about. Do you know, I think the boys didn't really get punished enough. Do you know, I think we should loan Edmondson to Celtic, teach him a lesson.
Listen,
anyway, jokes aside. I think you're stretching it there, Paul.
Listen, Gary, thanks for the call. Don't be a stranger.
I'm only joking.
Yeah? I do the gag zone here. There's a reason for that, Virginia.
Absolutely.
There's a reason for that.
Aye, indeed.
Okay.
Excuse me, did I not see somewhere that he's away, possibly going to Derby?
We'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Yeah, okay.
We'll talk about that tomorrow night. Comings and goings, because it'll be heating up tomorrow night. Graham?
Has there been any snippets at all? You guys have heard about wee Billy coming back, wee Billy Gilmore, on a loan spell?
Total speculation, mate. Total speculation.
I was interested to see what the team was like today, and I know that he never even made it into the team.
I don't know if you noticed, the first two guys that's disappeared out that squad when that guy's come in has been Mason Mount and Billy Gilmore have moved quite quickly. Yeah. He's come in and put experience back in to get points on the board. Anyway, Graham, our team, obviously, we've enjoyed them imploding, and Fox came in and gave you your view. We've got a better stadium, better training ground, better manager, better support, better strip. You name it, it's better. But how good is the football we've played this season, in your opinion?
Do you know, I bumped into somebody. I was out walking my dog the other day up at Murdoch Park. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I bumped into this guy. And the guy his name sticks to me because the name of his dog's Alan, and you don't normally hear a dog called a guy's name Alan. So I got plenty of him, and it turned out that he was a neighbour of Tavernier's.
Right.
And I said, well, I'll see you next time you see James. I said, tell him, I mean, I've been a Rangers supporter ever since I've been away and stuff like that. I said, I'm 53 now. I said, tell him that the stuff that they're playing this year is some of the best football, the best football I've seen. And then at that point, they started to play a wee bit ropey. So I'm next time I see him, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, because there was that wee spell when we were just grinding out results and stuff like that. But overall, I think that this season, that the football, when they really get when they get into playing the passing game, the high press and the quick movement and stuff like that. It's just it's mind blowing to watch. I mean, it's incredible. And the thing, I think it was a Kilmarnock game I was watching, and I just couldn't believe that everybody was it was all about areas. So they were just all moving in, and when everybody pressed up and stuff like that, certain folk would move into other areas and just protect the area and all the rest of it. So, when we've hardly let in anything this year and stuff like that. But it's not just all about the defence; it's about who's filling in the defence when our wings are getting right up there and popping balls and stuff like that? There's hundreds of work. Because sometimes what we're doing is we're watching the game and we're just looking where the ball is. And see if you actually just take a wee step back and you just actually look what's happening behind it. That's when you see how Rangers are so successful. It's what's happening after the ball, because in a split second they could lose the ball and there's a wee counter and stuff like that, but we're always ready for it because the organisation that Michael Beale has got in there is just incredible. I don't know if you would agree with that, guys.
Yeah, I'll take you Southside and he'll tell you, watch that 53 is a dodgy age, so I've been told. Southside.
Aye, will be when I get there, mate. 53, aye. No, spot on, mate. Football that we're watching now has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, for the money that Stevie G's put the team together for, it isn't really a great deal of money. I know he's built it up over the last couple of seasons, but we've not spent a lot of money. So you have the football that we're playing. It's been magic this season, topped off probably by the European games.
Hello.
To top the group, that was stuff that I didn't think we could top it, to be honest. But I thought we'd at least be second. But we actually went out there and we were brilliant in Europe. And obviously now it's like fantasy stuff in it. We're 23 points clear. We're nearly there, and it's going to be the 55th title, and it's going to be special, mate. So for this season, it's been absolutely wonderful. We had the wee dip, but we've still won games and we didn't lose them, and that's the main thing. And the defence, like you say, has been pretty solid. Midfield's been good, and the strikers have done a job. No all the time, every single week, but we've picked up goals for other areas of the park when they weren't totally firing. So it's been absolutely brilliant, mate. It's one of the better teams we've watched in the last number of years. I'll agree with that.
We've been joined by Amanda. Evening, Amanda.
Good evening. How are we all?
We're fine. You've got a bug for this, haven't you?
I was just listening to the conversation about season tickets, and I mean, I'm going back to when it was Rover tickets for the main stand, before they named it the Balsters main stand and that, and it was wooden benches and everything. I mean, I've had a season ticket for a good few years now. I'm just fortunate that I'm able to scrape the money together for a season ticket. Although I'm not working full time at the moment, obviously because I'm off sick and that, but you've just if you're passionate about the club, you'll give them your money. You know what I mean? Look, I don't smoke and I don't drink, so I did smoke for years and I chucked it. But all that money would be spent on cigarettes. Where now it goes to Rangers. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. If you can afford it, you buy it. But if you can't afford it, you can't give.
Aye, well said, Amanda. I mean, there's some fantastic Rangers supporters can't get to the games for health, family reasons, work commitments. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people, can't give what they've not got, and that's the way I look at it. But I think Rangers as a club appreciate that to a degree, because look at the charity foundation of, the work the charity foundation do. So they've got that.
Fantastic. You're right, Amanda. If you've not got it, you can't give it. Simple as that. But I'll take you to Rangers Radio Millionaire who knows all about coming up with the bridge, man.
That's absolutely right. If you don't... No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, aye.
No, I'm saying that if you've got it, you can give it. If you don't have it, you can't. You don't need...
Exactly.
You can't put yourself into debt or anything like that. So... No. I'm afraid that he's given you a misrepresentation of myself when he said it. It's totally untrue. Can I just say that...
we don't go to Dubai on holiday. We don't go hot weather training, do we?
No.
We don't do hot weather training.
I think some of the things you said is absolutely spot on.
I'm actually a carer anyway. Actually, I was supposed to be looking after my sister, but because I'm off sick now, so I can't do it. But even at that, it's a club I'm passionate about. It's something I enjoy. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't imagine a Saturday with Rangers. Even we used to go to all the away games, but then I was carer, worked on a care home job, so I couldn't do it. And we went whenever we could go, but obviously now it's easier for me because I'm not working now, because I'm off in the sick. So once I get this knee done and this pandemic's over, I can't wait to bounce my way along to Ibrox, do you know what I mean?
Once you get your knee done, you'll get a game, Amanda.
Once I get my knee done, there's no chance. I'm taking care of my knees from now on. Because they did actually ask me when I was in at the hospital, "Were you a footballer in a previous life?" And I went, "No." But looking at the state of my feet, I'd be as well been. But no, as I say, season tickets.
There's so many jokes there, Amanda, but I can't tell them.
No, please don't. But I'm not talking about the kicking foot, right? There's so many people that are not going to be able to get to Ibrox now, obviously because of the pandemic, and they're not here any longer. And, I mean, when I think about it, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm here to tell the story. I mean, this time last year, I didn't know if I would be, So I'm just fortunate that my diagnosis was a lot better than they thought. But
now you've got to enjoy every day and do what you want to do.
Well, that's it. I must admit, I've got a lot of support. I mean, Maggie Centre have been great. They've been brilliant. They've been helping me out. But, I mean, basically I had a cough and I didn't know what it was, and it turned out it was a cancer. But I was lucky with mine. It's a rare genetic one I had, so I'm getting a lot of testing done to see where it came from so that they can research it, all that, But I'm just wanting to get back to the stadium and say, bring on the Rangers, get that Ibrox Road going again, you know what I mean?
Brilliant, Amanda. Absolutely brilliant. Always great to hear from you.
Right, well, listen, you have a good night and keep it going, okay?
All right.
Take care. Bye.
She's right, south side there. You can only spend what you've got,
Aye, mate, certainly has. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's dug deep this season for the Rangers, But at times, obviously, sometimes people can't afford it, and that's the way it'll be. But it's been great just to see us every week on the telly, innit? Because it's there as well. As if you can't watch it live for your season, but you can still basically get it through other channels.
Here. Graham, the passion for the club, I think it actually grew for 2012.
Yeah, I think that. See, prior to going what happened to us in 2012, Rangers had for me went a real corporate wise. It was all these you're sitting beside big games and stuff like that. You're sitting beside the Gaffer mob and all the rest of it. Who weren't they? They were just there to just see a bit of Rangers and all the rest of it. But what it did, I kind of felt, and I hope that doesn't come back again, because they lost all the atmosphere in Ibrox because of the West End Brigade, the kind of the.
Whoa!
I don't mean to come to West End. I'm just talking about the kind of the ones.
Excuse me, the West
corporate
End.
The
West End. Wow.
Yeah, the guy's talking about the posh end.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So we can. What happened is we lost our atmosphere at Ibrox and stuff like that because of that. It was. See what happened, and it was almost like the. I'm trying to think of the bird that went into the fire, or the eggs that went into the fire, and then came out and stuff like that. It was that kind of effect with the club. I mean, we went right into the fire, but the Phoenix is that we came out like a phoenix out there. The club was rejuvenated and stuff like that. And we started to build for base again and stuff like that. Our core support was still there. People, just like the lads that we was talking there, if she had the money, they would put it into the club and all that. And see all these kind of also runs that were coming to the club and all that, the fair weather supporters, they dissipated away and stuff like that and left us to get on with our stuff because we're true Rangers. And that, I think that's the difference we've got now. We've got a real hard core of passionate supporters who will support the club. And when we had our dips like against St Mirren quite recently and all the rest of it, we're still there and stuff because we could see what the bigger picture was. And the bigger picture is what's happening in the future and stuff like that. And we'll slip. There's banana skins in front of us and we're going to slip on them and we're going to land in their arses and stuff like that. But, the true Rangers supporters will help their team back on their feet again.
Cheers, mate. We've been joined by George from Liverpool. Evening, George.
I'm going to shoot off, guys, so it was a pleasure talking to you. Okay.
Good night, Graham. Good night, mate. Nice to speak
and
to you.
you,
How are you doing, George?
All right, lads. All right, mate. Sound, how are you all doing? Everyone all right, yeah?
Yeah, everybody's safe in your world, mate.
Yeah, I was just sort of picking up on what everyone's coming in and saying. It's exciting times, isn't it? Even like, you look at young Nathan Patterson and that, they're getting brought through and
the way Gerrard's putting him in the press conferences and everything, you know what he's doing, you know what I mean? Trying to, and all the interaction with Bournemouth players and this, I know, bringing players in, putting players out on loans, making a few quid, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's all about making the money as well. But it is, you can see what the bigger picture of it. And even when Celtic bring in like a big manager or whatever, Gerrard's has got to be more motivated. He loves that. You need a bit of competition. You need that to push it on. So when you do get to win this, that, and the other, you know what I mean? You deserve it more. And I think he'll thrive on it more than anything. Not like that. Everyone needs a good Gary McAllister. It goes like the way through. It's just a different club than previous.
3 or 4 years ago.
You know what I mean? You can feel it, can't you? You can feel what's going on. It's like when Klopp comes to Liverpool. You know, he gets the fans get in. There's no bullshit behind it. Sorry for the, you know what I mean? But you can at the end of the day, the fans can see through anyone, so they know where the passion lies and where the passion comes from. And it's just I don't know, you can see through the youth academy the way it's all coming together. It's exciting times anyway.
Yeah. Gary, you want to take that? Take George's point?
Yeah. I think if Rangers, if you think of Rangers as a lock, Steven Gerrard is the key. He is the perfect fit for our club because of his background, the city he comes from, his upbringing, the club that he grew up in, Liverpool, his football career, his what he achieved, how he led the club, everything has prepared Steven Gerrard, and I think it works two ways, right? I think I've said it before, and it's worth repeating, that Steven Gerrard he certainly wouldn't mistreat our club. He certainly wouldn't use them as a stepping stone, but he has visions of, leaving Rangers at some point, hopefully, and going on to bigger and better things, and obviously that will be with Liverpool. I don't think he has aspirations to manage elsewhere, but I think from the outside looking in, he probably looked at Rangers and went, right, I need to go there. The demands on me are I need to win every single game. Don't matter who you're going to play. Rangers fans, the club, the way we're built is we've got to go out and try and win every game. And an expectation of we won't win every game, but we need to at least compete. We need to be right up there. And second is nothing. Now, if you look at Liverpool as a club, it's exactly the same. The fans go out and expect you to compete and win every game, and second's nowhere. Do you know what I mean? As a club, and Steven Gerrard knows that to learn his trade and to get as good as he needs to be, he needed to bed himself in and learn his trade somewhere that gave him that foundation block, that way to build himself up as a manager. And Rangers was the perfect fit, and it fits hand in glove for what we need.
And you come, George?
I'm made up with it.
But as you said, if you listen to Gerrard, he's looked in at Rangers from far, from when he was younger. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a stepping stone. He admired the club as as a long distance fan kind of thing. You know what I mean? He used to love the Gascoignes and this, that, and the other. And people, Ali McCoy's big fan of Ali McCoy. He's got a bond with the club anyway before all this. And I think it's like we have followed Rangers for years, but with Gerrard going in, just put the icing on the cake. Sorry.
George, have you ever been to Ibrox, mate?
Yeah.
Have you ever done the tour?
Yeah. I used to work in Springburn, mate. I worked.
No, I don't mean at a game. I mean, have you been on the tour? Have you done the tour of Ibrox? Been inside the main stand and that?
Oh, I've been to about 50 games over the years.
No, what I'm saying is, the atmosphere is amazing, as you know, George, having been to the game.
Of course, yeah.
See when you walk in the front doors of Ibrox, right, and you've got the marble staircase, and the place just, and players that have played at Ibrox.
Let me cut across you, Gary. Let me cut across you. Caller coming in. Caller coming in, but the caller, we've got a lot of noise coming for you.
Hello? It's not me,
you,
is it?
George, it's not you. I think it's Darren's joined us. Darren? Oh, he's back. Carry on, Gary.
I'm just saying, George, that, you know, the football stadium, I love Ibrox as a, architecturally speaking, as a stadium. I think it's a beautiful stadium, the red brick. It's iconic, right? The front facade of the building. It's beautiful. It's one of the best in the world, in my opinion. I am a wee bit biased. But see, when you go inside the club, I love the tradition, right? My lad's a big Rangers fan, but he also likes Spurs. Spurs spent £1 billion on this amazing, futuristic, amazing stadium. And I said to him, but there's no history there. There's no... It's just a new toy. I says, when you walk in through the front doors of Ibrox, man, you can smell the history. You can feel there's something there. You can hear Jim Baxter's voice. You can imagine Bill Struth. It's there. I think Gerrard loves all that because he loves tradition, and Liverpool's a very traditional club. The way that Shankly built it up, and you know, and that's what I'm saying. It's almost like they're very, very, very. We're very similar cities. We're very similar people, and we're very similar clubs.
All right, I'll bring Tommy in. Tommy, in you come, mate.
Ox. Yeah, like he's saying about Ibrox. He's right. When you walk through Ibrox, Ox, and you're walking up down the stairs, you get a tingling feeling, Ox. It's the feeling you get when you're walking into Ibrox. Like the guy says, Ox. We've got a feeling. And I mean, you do the stadium tour, and you get into the home dressing room, and then you see the photo of the Queen there and all that, and then you get in the trophy room, and then you see the Loving Cup, and you do everything that's in the tour, and then you look at all the flags on the wall, even the wee bike that's in there, Ox, and you can just see it's a stadium that's actually got unbelievable history, and it's for me it's just a magnificent. It's like the guy said, and then you go. I mean, I've done the stadium tour at Old Trafford, Ox, and it's not the same. It's just not the same, Ox.
Darren, are you with us, mate?
Good evening, pal.
Darren, we're getting a lot of background noise for you, mate. Yeah. The technical team. On you go, make your point, mate, and then we'll go on mute, yeah? Darren? Hello? Darren? Oh, see, I lost him. Aye, Ibrox is a special place, of course, to us as supporters. I think, I'll say that every supporter of different teams feels that about their own ground. Obviously, it's unique. In some respects, it's unique. I think the fact that the point that George is making with Gerrard getting our club, Southside, I think that a lot of support have appreciated that for day one.
Aye, mate.
I also, Gary McAllister myself, I think what Gary's done is amazing, and all the backroom staff as well. Like, it's just been, everyone gets each other. You know what I mean? If Gerrard does leave in a few years' time, McAllister's just going to take the reins over, isn't he? But as I'm saying, it's exciting times, isn't it? It's horrible times, but exciting times for the future.
Yeah, I will say that. You're right about the times. When you go Southside?
Yeah.
Aye, mate, I think obviously talking about the stadium and that, it's like for anybody out there that's not done the Founders Trail, you know, and you can get the whole history of the club, it's well worth doing when it comes back through this COVID times. Yeah. But that's something that tells you the history of the club, and then obviously going to Ibrox itself is a magical feeling when you get there and you sit in the stadium and it's full of bears and we're winning, especially that night against Braga, a European night. But the ground's absolutely buzzing. Talking about Stevie G as well, mate, like you say, he's been a world-class player. He's had a lot of highs in his career. Then he went into coaching the under-18s and that, and he'd been doing it for 2 years. So obviously he weighed up the chance and thought about coming to Rangers, knew about the size of the club, like you said, from before. And he's come in with a project with the backroom team that he wanted to bring with him. We've gave him the chance. They worked the project, and now it's came to fruition this season. So he'll get the high again that he used to have as a player. He'll get it as a manager, and that winning feeling like the rest days will feel. But for him, that's something that he probably was dreaming of when he was taking the job. He wanted to get the highs back, mate, at a big, massive club. And he's at a massive club, and he's going to get that high. So it seems to be he was going to fulfil his achievement, mate, and Gary McAllister as well. So going forward, we'll hope that in time we'll want to keep feeling that feeling season after season, mate, as long as he stays with us until eventually, if he does want to leave, then he'll go and do his dream job, which is probably Liverpool. And at the end of the day, if he stayed with us for a number of years going forward and then takes his dream job, then we can only wish him all the best, mate. That's what we can do.
Can I say something, Ox?
Yeah, on you go, Tommy.
Can I just say that I was listening to the programme a couple of weeks and another guy said something similar about Steven Gerrard. But what's got me is, Graham Souness, that was always his dream job, was a Liverpool job, and then he realised the Rangers were a far, far bigger club than he anticipated. And he realised that he should never have left Ibrox. So you sometimes think, going to a club like Liverpool in the English Premier League, I don't think you really, till you actually leave Rangers, till you leave the club, you don't realise the actual size of the club until you leave. And Graham Souness said it was the biggest mistake he ever made after a couple of years, was to leave Rangers. So I know people are saying that Steven Gerrard will probably go to Liverpool, but we don't know that. Ox, Rangers.
No,
Rangers
you might be right, Tommy, but I think what we're all assuming, Holmes always.
That's what I'm saying, Ox. I agree with what you're saying, but I just think.
You being an expat like myself, mate, I appreciate that Holmes always a pull on it.
Oh, absolutely.
And, but it'll be interesting to see if he goes after a lot of success. It'll be interesting how it pans out. Davey, you still there, mate? You still sitting there, Davey?
I'm still here.
Davey, give your thoughts, mate. Give your thoughts.
Well, you keep going on about how special a place it is. And not one of us mentioned an Old Firm game at Ibrox. The atmosphere there is unbelievable. Just anywhere else in the world will you get that. There was another couple of wee things that was going back to 2012 when the Sunkas. I think personally, if it wasn't for Alan McCoist, it'd be doubtful if we'd have a Rangers today. Because I believe Alan McCoist is the man that got 55,000 season tickets. I really do. The only thing is about Coyce, he wasn't a coach. There was a lot of things, but he wasn't a football coach. And if we'd have had a decent football coach, we could have brought a lot of laddies in there and we'd have been further forward. I imagine like Stevie G getting that job then and bringing all these laddies through. We'd have been years in front of our time there. But
see when we played at Brecon and that, and I'll go to Bridgeman with us, but when I accept your point, mate. When we played at Brecon and Aaron beat us, and who beat us at Ibrox? Was it Stranraer? Was it Stranraer?
Was it Alloa?
Oh, I can't remember. 2-0 up against
Alloa was one.
With 20 minutes to go, and we get beat 3-2. And
still an Albion beat us.
Who would have thought would have been sitting 23 points clear at the top of the top league, and in the last 32, a European trophy? Bridgeman.
Yeah, I think that all of the sort of pats in the back must go to our manager and his team, and of course the players. They've just been outstanding this year, just outstanding, and that goes back to the man. Our manager's got the feeling in his body and his guts, and he wants Rangers to be what Rangers should be as he sees it. And he's got us playing some football at the present moment. He's got us playing some football. Some of these passing movements, it's like a ticky-tacky. Used to watch Barcelona day, you know. It's just unbelievable stuff. So I think we're doing very, very well. Our football is excellent. Sometimes we fall a wee bit, but the football is excellent, and the players. You wouldn't think that these players that we've got would be superstars. You would think we would need to have superstars based on the news and the stuff that comes out across the city. They've got the finest team in the whole world, blah, 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 and we'll never beat them. All that nonsense. But here we are. We are, as you say, Oxford, we're 23 points ahead of them, and they've only got 2 games in hand over us. And that is absolutely, those figures are just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. I love it.
On you
go. What would be your point to Billy Gilmore? I think, personally, the midfield is playing brilliant now. but I think he would do us no ends. I think he would be really brilliant, and he would help us immensely in Europe, because the times, I said to you earlier, we get into this phase of the walking football, the pass, where we Gilmore, he's more offensive, and he wants to go forward. And I think he would up our game, son.
When I watched him, I watched him against. I watched him. Was it last Sunday? I think it was last Sunday against Luton Town. Old School Blue was sitting there with his hat scarf on, blue and orange, and I watched it, and I watched Gilmore, and he was neat and tidy. He played very deep, and did I think he would get in our midfield on that performance? Just that one performance. I don't think he would get in our team.
Fox, I've got a point on that.
See what I think is the fourth goal. Going up
he made a nice pass. He made a nice pass. He made a nice pass.
He made a couple of good passes. Yeah.
He played. He was neat and tidy, mate. Neat and tidy. Didn't get the ball very much. I'll give him that. But, you know, the boy is very young as well, Davey. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. But I think it would really take us forward, pushing forward. And I used to think that about Chelsea. When Gilmore was playing, the times that he was playing, he was pushing forward. He was on the offensive. But just wondering what the panel think of that.
Could we afford them?
Well, it would be half and half, man. Like we're having a deal. Well, gentlemen, you'll not believe this. We've reached that time of the evening. That was a great point, David. We might carry that on tomorrow night.
I'll be interested to see.
Aye, great point. Bridgeman, what about you, mate?
Oh, wow, what a marvellous evening. Great discussions and some different people coming in with totally different ideas to how they see Rangers playing. And I think it's just wonderful. Great stuff. So well done to yourself, Oxchair, and the Techie boys. Well done. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans here on Rangers Radio, every single one of us, it's coming again. 3 days' time, it's coming again. We've got another game. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers really need us. Keep it going.
Some fantastic calls tonight. All the first-time callers. Brilliant to hear from you. George, once again, phoning us for Liverpool. Tommy, all the way down in Baldner Regis. Everybody else that's joined us. Gary, Darren trying to come in. Problems, I think, with his phone. And all the lads that joined us. Fantastic. Southside Bridgeman. And, of course, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. We'll be joined by Big Stevie from the drum. Take it away, Old School Blue.